Welcome to the Black Beauty series that takes you into the world of Black women.
And three words that describe me: I am bald, I am bold, and I am bad. Yes, girl, that is me. I am that girl. My style represents my evolution as a woman, and it began in 2002 when I embarked on the dreadlock journey. It required discipline, and at that time, I didn't have the time nor the discipline. Therefore, I turned to wigs at that time. And it was a nice run, might I add, because I had wigs for the days of the week, the hours of the year, if you want to say. But it was a nice run. In 2009, I rebooted my entire life. I started the dread process over. I attended paint school, graduating twice. I got a promotion on my job. I was hired by the Board of Education in Jersey City. In-house, of course, I did 20 years in security, but I was promoted over to the painting department, being accredited the first African-American female painter to ever be hired for the board. I had a new love in my life. I was in these streets, okay? As time went on, and this time, someone took care of the dreads for me rather than me. And she did a very good job because it ended up being 11 years I had them. In the process of the journey of the dreadlocks, they grew extremely long. They were past my buttocks. And the pandemic hit us. Once the pandemic hit, everything shifted. Once it shifted, my life shifted. There was no, I then now was retired. As I retired, my hair still was being done. However, when the pandemic happened, she shut the shop down. The whole world shut down at that point. So where I was wearing the hair up and over, the weight was off. Now the hair had to be down. And because it was down, it was the weight. So now it was pulling on the hair, causing it to be thin. I did everything in my power to save my dreads. I started cutting them up inch by inch until I got into the center of my back, and it was no longer, so I had to make the decision to do away with them. So as I made that decision to transition over to what you see presently, it was definitely a beautiful thing. I feel I have reached the peak of my womanhood. I feel free. I feel liberated. I feel powerful with this bald head. My style connects to my story because I have embarked on the most greatest, meaningful task of my life. I am my mother's sole caregiver. It's not about me now. It's strictly about my mother and our day-to-day journey. She requires everything in me. And a bald head is the only thing I can manage at this point. Being a sole caregiver, every day is different. My mother, her name is Moselle Jenkins. She's 83 years of age. She has dementia. She's wheelchair bound, but she is extraordinary. The hardest part about being a caregiver is it's lonely for the most part. When you can't turn anywhere else but to the one that you're caring for, that's all you seem to have. It feels like sometimes I'm on an island all by myself, no walls, no doors, no nothing, just open space, and I'm there by myself. But I wouldn't do nothing different in this world other than taking care of my mother. She is extraordinary, and I wouldn't trade her for the world. The only thing I see right now is my mother. That's it. My grandbabies, my children, everybody, peripheral, back, nobody matters but her. So God forbid if he chooses to take her today or tomorrow, I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. I don't.
When you a sole caregiver, when you doing that by yourself, And ain't nobody helping you?
You don't have nobody. I'm sorry. My name is Gladys Cookie Payton, and I'm a mover, shaker, and a waymaker. You hear me? I make it work no matter what. If I had to describe myself in 3 words, I'd say I'm a survivor, I'm sexy, and I'm sharp. Now that's Cookie all day, okay? Well, I think I've always had a love-hate relationship with my hair. It's been like an uphill battle, somewhat like my life at times, you know. As a kid, we got the pressing curls, and I've worn a jerry curl. I've worn braids. I've, worn weaves, sew-ins, glue-ins, so many different styles. I've worn the afro. I've had locks. The wigs just offer another opportunity for me to expand on what I do with my hair. It allows me to have creative expression and do whatever I feel like doing on any given day, and I love it. As a black woman, society makes us feel a way about our hair, about our skin, and about our bodies. As a child, I never was considered one with good hair. My hair is tight curls. I have 4C hair, and that was not the type of hair that was popular. You know, uh, my skin, I'm dark skinned. I'm dark chocolate. And to hear, you're pretty to be dark, it's sort of like a backhanded, compliment. But like you internalize these messages that you receive. We're told that we're defined by the way that we look, the type of bodies that we have, the way that we're shaped. And, so it becomes more and more difficult, to be all of these things all of the time to everybody and to find out who we are through all of that. But let me tell you this. There is no reality check like the one that you get when you hear the words, "You have breast cancer." When you hear these words, you're like, you mean to tell me I have to deal with hair, I got to deal with body, I got to deal with skin color, and now I got to deal with breast cancer. It's a lot. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in September of 2013. In November 2013, I had both breasts removed. It was at a time in my life prior to that where everything was so good. I mean, my personal life, my relationship was good, my kids were good, my job was good, professionally, things were great. And this, and then this. I felt defeated. I really felt like, what? Cancer now? Like, what do I do with this? Well, I had to make the decision. You know what? I'm not going to die. I can't die. I got to live. And even though I had to work through what was going on with me and how I would be able to live and not really knowing if I would, I knew that I was going to show up for my life. And I was going to look good doing it. I'm a cancer survivor. I've been in remission for nearly 10 years. I feel invincible. My wigs, my breasts don't define Cookie. I was meant to be, and I am. I'm a college graduate. I'm a licensed nurse. I'm a licensed realtor. I'm semi-retired, and I love making and selling wigs. Right now, Cookie is doing whatever makes her happy. Ooh, my next chapter. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm gonna be fly doing it.
My name is Tanasia Linton. I love myself, I love my journey, and I love my hair. If I had to describe myself, I would say that I'm a lock lover, I'm a leader, and I'm limitless. The earliest memory I have of my hair journey is when my mom permed me and my sister hair just at the age of 5. I remember it like it was yesterday. We had picture day coming up. My mom didn't know how to do hair. So the easiest thing for her was to go to the beauty spot store, grab the Just For Me, the pink lotion, and a brush. So the first day we wore our hair was updo with a bun and a bump in the front. I never really remember my hair in its natural state. We always had the bows, which we always had a perm. We did some braids, but it just made me curious. I wanted to know how my hair flourished in its natural state. How can I maintain my own hair without putting these harsh chemicals on my hair? Black girls have a hard time loving our hair. Society makes us feel like we don't belong if we don't have straight and long hair. By the time I got to high school, my hair was damaged from all the chemicals and styles. I had to do styles with blackouts to cover up how thin my edges were from all the damage from doing all those chemicals. I did different styles, weaves. I never really had my natural state, so I didn't know how to care for my hair. I didn't know, what products to use, things like that. So just getting into, reflecting from as a kid to now as an adult, I wish I appreciated my natural hair as much as I do now. The most traumatic experience I had in high school was when I lost all my edges. Now, it was on one side. I cried. I said, "Ma, please, 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 I need to get this. I cannot go to high school like this. High school, that's the thing. You can't go to high school looking all crazy." So she did take me to the African braiding shop. And if you know, they braid super tight, pulling so much tension on your edges. So dealing with one side bald, the other side being pulled, I got side braids. But I still was dealing with trauma on both sides now because this side is thinning it out from the braids, and then I'm still bald here, covering it up with the braids that they did. So it was really like I was going through a crisis, a hair crisis. The experience I had in high school, it definitely changed me for the better. It empowered me to love on myself and love on my locks. I also promised myself if I ever had a daughter, I would not hair shame her or force her into any unnecessary styles. I would tell her that she's beautiful, her hair is beautiful, and she is enough. I began to love and embrace my hair when I began to love and embrace myself. A little after college, I started my self-care journey. And it wasn't just about my hair. It was about my mind, my body, and my spirit. I started to get into things, oils, exercising, health and wellness. And that allowed me to start my natural product line. I'm a Black girl with locks, and going through this process takes discipline. But my sisters don't have to make the same mistakes that I made, because during this process, I created a natural hair care line, Untouched Beauty, made for us. So go on this journey with me, because I'm beautiful, you're beautiful, Black girls are beautiful.